Now with the central mounting spring orientated correctly, time to remove the transit screws. We'll remove the pucks. Got 2 pucks out. The chassis is still very slightly off where it needs to be, so we're going to do a manual adjustment of the central spring to centralize the chassis. For that, we're going to have to put the deck up on some props. So now with the deck supported by a couple of speakers, I can manually adjust the spring and see the reaction on the top as we go. It's looking better. It only takes a pretty small adjustment to get a bit of lateral shift. That looks good. Let's just take a look over the top. See how each of the suspension points is now sitting. So we're going to check these bushes. This one definitely needs a new rubber in it, so I'm going to disconnect the bush from its position with a pair of long nose pliers. It's a little bit fiddly. There we go. What I'll do, I'll put one of these pucks underneath the chassis just to stabilize it. So there we see the lateral spring arrangement and the steel washer or bush in the middle, and this is where this broken bit of rubber bush has come out of. So I've got a new bush to go into the steel ring there. So there's the new rubber bush mounted, and if you notice on the end of the spring here there's a bit of rubber sleeving which is a bit raggy, and the other side's missing completely. So I'm going to replace this as well. Let's get rid of that. So it's about 15 millimeters of 1mm silicone tube onto the end of the springs. Just reduces some of the metal to metal contact. There we are. So that's the assembly ready to go back in here. Just got a little close-up of the assembly there, the bush and its two springs. So then the pin at the bottom of the screw just goes into the rubber bush, and then that's that bit of the assembly ready. Take out the puck. Now I'm going to replace the other two rubber bushes in exactly the same manner, and once that's done we'll be able to level up the chassis. Firstly, for everything else, let's make sure our deck is level that we're working on, which it is. We'll check the plinth, make sure it's sitting level. Remember, the 4 screw feet adjust the height for the plinth. So that could do with a little adjustment there to get that sitting nice and level. Okay, deck level, plinth level. Now we can set the chassis height. This one I can see just by eye that it's set a bit high. I think whoever set it up has tried to set the chassis level with the plinth, which is, although it'll work, it's not technically correct. According to Logic's instructions, the chassis should sit 4 millimeters below the height of the plinth, which is why these screws are all pretty much at their end stop at the moment. So if we loosen the locking rings a little, and then with a 4mm socket, we can turn these anti-clockwise to lower the chassis a little bit. Give all 3 screws a couple of turns. I think it was about 3 turns actually from where it was. Let's see how that's sitting. I've got a gauge here set at 4mm. We're not there yet. Seems to be a bit of interaction between them because the front's now come up again. Okay, that's it. We're sitting 4mm almost. Okay, 4mm, 4mm, and 4mm. So then we can lock down the locking rings to prevent any unwanted movement of the screws. just do a final check. 4 mil, 4 mil, and there we go, 4 mil down there. Excellent. So now we should be seeing a level platter. Which is great. So now we should see the whole chassis freely floating in a nice manner. Right, we'll have a look at the main bearing in here under the hub. So this is not fixed in, it's just sitting in, so a straight lift up, very much like the Ariston, Lynn, Thorens type decks. So we have a spindle here with a ball bearing that runs on the bottom. I can see there's oil on here. There's a couple of little marks there. Generally, this type of lubrication will last a long time. Logic in their first manual said that it shouldn't need changing. Then in the second version that came out, they said they advised changing it every 2 years. That's perhaps a little excessive, but this hasn't been changed for some time, I'm sure, so we'll do that. We'll take some tissue paper, and we'll give the shaft a clean and the ball bearing. Let's see, not particularly messy, just a bit oily. It's not dirty, but there we go. Best to do it anyway, since we're in at this level. I'm going to clean out the oil in the bearing now, using tissue and a paintbrush. You can use a pencil otherwise, but preferably something wooden, not metal, because you don't want to risk scratching the bearing housing. So there we go. This should give us a decent bit of absorbency and get out all the old oil that's in there. Okay, there was just a little at the bottom. It doesn't look too dirty again, it looks fairly clean, but there we go. It's proper service, so let's do it right. Logic helpfully advised to use only their lubricant, which they don't give the specification for in the manual. That's very helpful. I'm going to use this TIAC spindle oil, which is very much equivalent to sort of sewing machine oil, a nice fine oil like that. So using a dropper, I'm going to put in about 15 drops. They reckon between 1.5 mil of lubricant, so that's approximately right. And then I'm going to smear a little more, just a little bit on the shaft here, not too much. So with some extra oil smeared over the shaft, I can drop that down, and it should just gently and slowly go down and turn very freely as it's doing there. Here we have the new drive belt. So it's around the hub and around the motor pulley. Then if we put the platter on upside down, let's have a closer look. at the motor pulley. So the new belt fitted, a couple of turns, and the belt should just ride nicely on the crown of the motor pulley. There we go. That's ready for the next bit. Thanks for watching this tutorial. If you found it helpful at all, please subscribe down below, and if you have any comments, put them in the box underneath. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your own turntable.